sa'a, hour. So everyone, let's go through the sa'a. Sa'at, time. So yom, day. Ayyam, days. Shahr, shuhur. So shahr is month, shuhur is months, ashhur is also months. In Arabic, you can have more than one plural sometimes, okay? Ashhur is the plural that Allah uses in the Quran. Layla, night, okay? It's also a name of someone, all right? Layalin or al-layali. What's the difference? One of them just has an alif and lam. They're just trying to get you to recognize that, okay? Nahar, daytime, right? Anhurun. The plural of daytime is anhurun. Jabal, mountain. Jibal, mountains. Okay? So nahrun, river. Anhar, jannatin tajri min tahtiha anhar. Okay? So notice there's a difference between nahar, which is day, and nahr, okay, which is river. Actually, the word nahir in Arabic is something that flows, because the root word nahara means something that comes out in a copious amount. So that's why they use it for a river, because it flows, it's copious, there's a tremendous amount of it, okay? And you use it for the day because the day is full of sunlight. It's a copious amount of sunlight, right? So the root word nahara has to do with a large amount of, now look, another homonym. You have which can mean an affair, and the plural is umurun, okay? Then you have which could be a command, okay? Like, I'm gonna give an amr. Like we talk about madi, mudari', past tense, present tense, command form, okay? And the plural for that is awamir. All right, so sometimes, okay, Arabic, the singular means something, and then you have another word written just like it, and it means something else. But it only looks different in the plural form. You see, that's why they're also giving this here, all right? Okay, so there's some commentary there about the same thing we just talked about, nahara, the plural and everything, okay? Now, let's go to the next conceptual thing, which is definite indefinite. So let's erase all this. Definite indefinite, all right? A couple things to know here, and then we'll do a little exercise. So we said last week, can everyone hear me? We said last week, does this work? No. All right, so, ism, fi'l, and harf, right? Now, only talking about this now. We're going to come here with ism, nouns, okay? Nouns in Arabic can be ma'arifa, known. All right? Ma'arifa. All right? Or they can be nakira, unknown. All right? We kind of talked about this. What is one of the ways we can make I think the battery's dead.
Yep.
We can still hear you.
We can still hear.
Oh, okay.
That's better.
It's going to keep dying. I just know this microphone. One of the ways we can make a noun known, we talked about is what? Alif plus lam. When you do that, you are saying the thing, okay? Automatically, it becomes known, all right? Anytime in Arabic, you have a noun, you have alif and lam in front of it, it is always going to be ma'rifah. What's the root word of ma'rifah?
Urf.
What does urf mean? Custom? Why do we refer to custom as urf?
Well known.
It's well known. These are the things that are well known in society that are good. Okay, what does irfan mean?
Known person.
No, irfan is knowledge of God. Okay? Because it's some things that are known through experience. Okay? So arafa is to know. There's a lot of commentary about knowing yourself and knowing God and standing in Arafah and Hajj. That's why it's called Arafah, right? Again, when you learn root words, suddenly a lot of things start to make sense. So now, ma'rifah, okay? Ma'rifah means known. So once you put this alif and lam, this is now something that you're assuming everyone knows you're talking about, okay? So definite, you have like a rajul, okay? If I say rajul, it just means a man. But if I say ar-rajul, it means the man, and I'm assuming we all know who we're talking about. So alif and lam to understand, or as a symbol of ma'rifah. Now, as a symbol of nakira, okay, we have these vowels. Un, an, in. I can say ar-rajul, okay, and that means the man. But if I just say rajulun or rajulan or rajulin, what does that mean? What does any one of them mean?
Amen.
Amen. Why would I say rajulun, rajulan, or rajulin? Huh? No. When would I say rajulun? When would I say rajulan? When would I say rajulun?
When it's the subject or a direct object.
Okay, very good. Most of the time that's the case. In general, it depends on where it falls in a sentence, okay? So, whether you say un, an, or in, it depends on the grammar of the sentence. It depends whether you're making this the subject, whether you're making it the direct object, or whether you're making it, follow a preposition, okay? Rafa, or marfu', nasab, mansub, jar, majroor. We're going to keep hitting these cases, okay, over and over again. Eventually, it will make sense. I know it doesn't make sense right now, okay? I studied this for months and it didn't make sense to me. I know it doesn't make sense. Don't worry about it, okay? But it's a kind of general rule, okay? So when we're talking about known and unknown, what if I do this? What if I say Muhammadun? And I'm not talking about the Prophet. I'm just saying Muhammad, the name of a person. Okay? Is that ma'rifah or nakira? Look, it's got 10 wings. Who thinks it's nakira? Raise your hand. Nakira. I'm trying to trick you. Who thinks it's ma'rifah? Of course you think it's ma'rifah because I just gave it away. All right? This is ma'rifah. Even though, remember I said in general a rule will help you 80% of the time. Other stuff, you just have to accept this is the way it is. But it makes sense, right? This is the name of someone. It makes sense that the names of people, this is called ism alam, okay? The names of people should be ma'rifah, yes?
So in what case would it end in tanween rather than just like Muhammad? Like, because it's a name, so what, like in what kind of sentence would that?
Depends on the grammar.
Okay.
We're going to learn that as we go through the course. Whether you say un, an, or in, it depends on where this falls in the sentence. If I say Muhammad, okay, is a good man. Muhammad rajulun khayr, okay? Now this is the subject. I'm going to say Muhammadun. If I say I saw Muhammad, ra'aytu Muhammadan. Now it's the object. I'm going to say an, Muhammadan. If I say I passed by Muhammad, marartu bi Muhammadin, okay? It follows a preposition back, right? It follows a preposition back. So now I'm going to say Muhammadin. But you're not there yet, okay? Sometimes you want to ask questions. I know this, and it's frustrating. Because you come across something, and then you're like, what about this? Well, what about this? What about this? That's normal, okay? But if you don't understand something yet, just some of it you just gotta let go. Yes?
Will proper nouns always be followed by the tanween?
Not always, most of the time. Okay? Not always, most of the time, there's another rule there. We're not going to get into that. But, okay, could it ever be the case? Here's a question for you. That I will ever have this. Al-Muhammad. Will you ever have that?
No.
Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen Al-Zayd? Have you ever seen Al-Fatima? Have you ever seen Al-Muhammad? You've never seen it, right? Have you ever seen, okay, so this is the name of a person. What about this?
So no, that's it.
What's this?
Ma.
Mecca. Mecca. Have you ever seen Al-Mecca?
Yes.
But that's, okay, again, sometimes the rule breaks, okay? Because how it just got passed down, okay? For the most part, okay? But you've never seen Al-Mecca, right? You've never seen Al-Mecca. For the most part, places as well, well-known places are always ma'rifah, and they do not need alif and lam. They do not need it, okay? Yes, that's a good point, right? So you can say Medina in the sense of city, okay? And in that sense, you can say Al-Medina, okay? So in that sense, you can have alif and lam. That's why it's not going to work all the time. But if you're talking about the city of the Prophet, you don't say Al-Medina. Everyone knows what you're talking about, okay? But Medina can also just mean city in general. Mecca has only one meaning, and that's the famous place, right? So in general, the tanween in general is a sign of nakira, right? And in general, alif and lam is a sign of ma'rifah, unless we're talking about people and places. Does that make sense to everyone? That makes sense, right? Okay, so anything conceptually difficult about that? Look at this right here. If I say rajulan, anybody notice anything different about that from the other ones, un and in?
Yes.
There's
Alif.
a alif.
Alif is.
Why do we do that? Why do we add an alif? What? Because of the fatha, yes. This is another just rule, just kind of accept it as it is. And if you're reading, you know this from tajweed, and you stop here, okay, you say rajula, you elongate the alif, but you don't say the an if you stop, okay? That's just a reading, just kind of a general reading rule, okay? Now, once you know this, all right, and you know alif and lam, I just want to bring this conceptual thing, and then we're going to go to the next exercise, all right? We're going to do these exercises together. Now, someone tell me how I say this. What am I saying here? Min al-jinnati wan-nas. Okay, wait, let's go through that real quick. Hold on. Min means what? From? Okay. Did you pronounce this lam? Did you pronounce it?
Yes.
Min al?
Yes.
You did. Wait, you did it or you did?
You did.
You did. You pronounced it. Okay. So you pronounced this and you said jinnah, right? Keep reading it. Say it again.
One.
Wan-nas, right? Did you pronounce this lam?
No.
Astaghfirullah. Don't you know your rules at Tajweed? Why are you skipping that lamb? You get a reward for every letter that you recite. Why would you skip it?
Because you get the reward without saying it.
Why did you say it here, but you didn't say it here?
It's Shams.
Ah, the sun and the moon. Okay, so now we got to another part. Sun letters and moon letters. Okay? In Arabic, when you add the alif and lam before a noun, okay? Sometimes you will pronounce the lam and go to the next letter. Okay? Your tongue will hit a hard stop on this lam. You will say minal. Your tongue goes to your upper palate and it hits this lam and you enunciate it, right? But other times you skip it. You go straight from the word before to the word after the lam. Okay? Now, in order to explain that, grammarians they talk about sun letters and moon letters. Why do they use that example? Why do you think they use that example? What's the word for sun in Arabic? Okay? Ash-shamsu. By the way, do we say shamsun, ash-shamsun, or ash-shamsu? Why don't we say ash-shamsun? Because we just said it. It has an alif and lam. It's already ma'rifah. We can't put the tanween on it, right? And then we have al-qamaru. Arabs love example words. Words that teach you how to use other words. Okay? It's kind of like anyone take martial arts. Sometimes a student will come, or a teacher will come in front of all the students and be like, okay, here's the new move. And we'll do a kick. And then we'll say, everyone else, I want you to come here and do the kick. Okay? Sometimes words are like that in Arabic. The shams is like that martial arts instructor. It's like, okay, from now on, all you shamsi letters, you're going to do it like this. And the qamar is like, all you qamari letters, you're going to do it like this. Okay? But in general, also, Arabs love the sun and the moon. They're so beautiful. Right? You look up, you see it, it's a reminder. Okay? So, there are certain letters, okay, that act like the word ash-shams. Okay? You go, skip the lam and you go straight into the next, and you always give the next letter a shadda. Which, by the way, is what? Sukun plus that vowel. That's what a shadda is. It's sukun plus that vowel. Okay? In other letters in Arabic, if the lam precedes that letter, you always pronounce the lam. The next one does not get a shadda, and you just pronounce it like it normally is. Now, I made a little paper. Someone hold it up. If you don't have it, you can get it off Canvas. It's on Canvas. Someone hold it. Can I use this? I did this because sometimes color helps you memorize, and it helps you remember. All the yellow letters in the alphabet here are sun letters. Okay? Meaning any time in Arabic, alif and lam comes before a word that has these yellow letters, you skip the lam. What do? You skip the lam, you go straight into the letter with a shadda. Okay? And anytime you have the blue represents the qamar. Okay? This is just an additional thing I made. You can get it off Canvas. This is not from Fawaid. Okay? You always pronounce the lam. Okay? And then you go straight into the next letter. Now, if you look at Fawakih and what they've done here, they've kind of just written them out here. Okay? So they've written them out, and one of the things that was talked about in the lecture that you watch before you come back, don't try to memorize this. Again, you will learn this passively. You will learn it passively if you just work on it enough and you do enough repetition. It will automatically come. I never memorize these. I cannot remember a time I memorized these. But I guarantee you, if you just give me a word, I'll just know whether it's coming or. And I still haven't memorized it because passively, if you just do it through repetition, you know what it is. Okay? So there's some exercises we can go through that will kind of help this, right? Let's see here. Oh, it's 9:05. Oh, we're done. All right, we will pick up here next time. All right? We will pick up with exercises for sun letters and moon letters next time. Okay? And exercises for ma'rifah and nakira. We'll do them together in